Have you ever felt super motivated one day and then not motivated at all the next? Well, this simple question describes what my life has been like for the past 2 years. I had big goals, but always was waiting for motivation to take me there. And that's the problem most people have today, is relying too much on motivation. They always wait for that perfect moment, but if we're being real, that perfect moment isn't gonna come. So today I wanna break down the difference between motivation and discipline, and why we should stop chasing motivation and start moving towards more discipline. I used to believe that success came from how motivated I was. I thought that the people who won in life were the ones who stayed motivated for longer. But in reality, that's not what motivation is. Motivation's a rush, it's a dopamine hit that doesn't last forever. So you can't rely on that to get you to your goals. The reality is, motivation's an emotion, and emotions are always temporary. They come and go. They rise and fall depending on external factors. For example, how much sleep you got, how your friends treat you, whether it's raining today, or even what TikTok you just watched. They all give you short hits of motivation. But relying on these factors isn't how we get anywhere. There were days where I would wake up, realize that I wasn't motivated, and not do anything with the day. Say, oh, it's probably better to do it another day when I'm more motivated. But that more motivated day never came. Instead of focusing on motivation, we should focus more on building discipline and the systems to get to our goals. If you build your life around motivation, you're building your castle on sand. After years of relying on motivation, I asked myself one simple question. If professionals only worked when they felt like it, would we ever get anywhere? I was sure that people who succeed in life have to have their own off days, days where they don't feel like working. So maybe winning doesn't come from always being motivated. And the more that I thought about it, I realized that the issue wasn't that I lacked motivation, it's that I lacked systems and discipline. So what is discipline? Discipline is doing the thing even when you don't feel like it. It's when actions are non-negotiable, even when emotions are telling you to stop. Think about it like this. If motivation is the spark, discipline's the engine. It's what keeps you going and sustains that motivation for a long time. Discipline is what builds momentum. Those days when you show up despite not wanting to do anything, that's where you really start making progress. Most people think that discipline is restrictive, but when you don't have to debate with yourself every day about what to do, you free up tons of energy and creativity. Instead of asking yourself if you feel like doing it today, you should focus more on thinking whether or not it makes you who you want to be. Think about your values that you hold. Whether you say, I'm a runner, or you say, I'm a hard worker. You act according to those values, not your feelings. In my case, I tried getting up every morning and going for a run at 5 a.m., but you realize that these things are really hard to sustain. So I shifted my perspective and focused on getting small steps every day. The book Atomic Habits talks about how if you improve 1% every day, you'll almost triple your progress over the next year. So what I did was I just started doing a little bit every single day, and eventually I started seeing results. And then after I started doing that, I built upon that, and you slowly build up and up and up until you get to where you want to be. Now, this isn't because of bursts of motivation, but it's doing what you know you need to do every day, and you make progress by boring, consistent action. You don't build discipline by doing big, heroic actions. You build it by doing small, tiny goals you set for yourself. This could be studying 10 minutes before breakfast, going on a 45-minute walk every day, or just spending a little bit of time meditating. You set these non-negotiables every single day to make sure you get them done. And as long as you can get these tiny steps done every day, you'll slowly be building progress. Another really good way to build motivation is called the do something principle. Mark Manson talks about it in his book, and what he tells you to do is just start. Just start and do something for a little bit every day. And what you'll notice is once you do a little bit, then you're kind of in the groove and you'll start doing more and more and more. And it really helps you just get started for that day. Now, don't think of motivation as something to avoid or something bad, but don't rely on it fully to try to get to your goals. And the funny thing is, once you start these habits and start building discipline, you get motivation again. But now it's a bonus, not a requirement. So stop chasing the feeling and start building the identity. Because the best version of you doesn't wait to feel good, they work towards it. So to summarize, stop chasing motivation as your main source of improvement. Work on building discipline and having the system to work towards your goals. Make sure you set tiny steps that you can work on every single day and build upon those until you finally get to where you want to be. I hope this video helps you out, and I hope we can all grow together.